Why? 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 Why?
Here we go. What's up, Sleepy Shell Core? Back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about JK Rowling. JK Rowling, the beloved author who brought us Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts and all that. Now look, up until a couple of years ago, JK Rowling could do no wrong. Generation after generation has read the Harry Potter books. I mean, it's been some people's introduction to the written word, and I mean, we've had some amazing movies from it. I'm saying we mean I've never watched them. I listen. I just think it's too far fetched. I'm on board with the magic and the school and the magic train and everything. What I can't get my head around is a ginger kid with two friends. I just don't believe it. It's too far fetched. Anyway, JK Rowling has fallen foul of the woke mob and the trans mob, and she's been labelled anti-trans. Now, JK Rowling herself has said that she is not anti-trans. She has said she is pro-women. She's actually gone on record as saying she doesn't have a problem with trans people. If people want to be trans, then, you know, that's up to them, and that's their right, and, you know, absolutely. What JK is saying, though, is that she's pro-women, and she thinks that women should be allowed to be kept separate from trans women.
When I say good, I really mean great. The best, hashtag humble and blessed. Newsflash, fuck what, I'm a good person. Do what I can for you all the time.
That's her view. She's entitled to it. Again, freedom of fucking speech, people. You know, practice what you preach. Anyway, recently, JK Rowling, who is worth fucking millions of monies, has funded a women-only rape centre in Edinburgh. Okay, most people think, well, that's pretty cool. JK Rowling has launched a new women-only support service for victims of sexual violence. The author says Biera's Place will provide free support and advocacy for women in Edinburgh who have experienced abuse at any times in their lives. Now, bear in mind here, women is that's the word we should be concentrating on. She said the service would meet an unmet need in response to demands from female survivors of abuse. Miss Rowling said it's important that survivors had the option of women-centred and women-delivered care. But Rape Crisis Scotland said support should also be available to trans and non-binary people. And it fucking is. It's available in a lot of people, just not at JK's place. Now, you see, the problem we've got here is JK Rowling has funded this. It gets no government funding. It receives no donations. It's not a charity. JK is paying for this out of her fucking pocket. So, JK has every right to say who fucking has the care and who doesn't. Yeah? It's the same as Elon owning Twitter, like I said the other day. He can say what he fucking wants. It's his platform. And the same goes for this. This is fucking JK Rowling's fucking rape centre, and she decides who gets fucking treated at it. Now, I don't know why people are getting so fucking bitchy and up in arms about this. I mean, I have a band, and it's my band. I say who plays in it. And just because you want to be in my band, you know, like say you can't play any musical instrument or sing, and you come along and say, I want to be in your band. I'm going to say, fuck off. It's my band. Fuck off! I decide who fucking plays in that band. Now, and this is exactly the same thing here. JK Rowling has opened up a fucking building. She's saying who can come into it and who can't. It's the same as nightclubs. They can say who comes in and who can't. Same as pubs. You know, the Women's Institute, they decide who's in there. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. Again, it's just people wanting to be outraged about stuff. Now, the Harry Potter creator has held a long-standing interest in women's and children's issues and has been a vocal critic of the Scottish Government's reform of the Gender Recognition Act. I'm not going to get into that. Do you know why? I don't know enough about it, so I'm not going to comment on it. Other critics of the reform are those on the board of directors for Biera's Place. As well as Ms Rowling, they include former prisoner governor Rona Hotchkiss, previous Scottish Labour leader Johann Lamont, GP Margaret McCartney, and Director for Women Scotland Susan Smith. I mean, they all sound like pretty well educated and smart people. The new venture is being funded by the author who lives in Edinburgh. It is not a charity and it will not rely on donations. Ms. Rowling said, "I founded Biera's Place to provide what I believe is currently an unmet need for women in the Lothians area." So, JK Rowling has opened her centre, and it's up to her who comes into it. If it was government funded or, received charitable donations, then she wouldn't have so much as a say in it. That's just the way things work in the UK, but as it stands, it's her shit, she can do what she wants. Gendered Crimes. Named after Biera, the Scottish goddess of winter, it will be run by a paid staff of experienced support workers and headed by Chief Executive Isabel Kerr and Deputy Chief Executive Suzanne Dominini. It's a mouthful. Apologies, Susan. They previously ran the Glasgow and Clyde rape crisis. Ms. Kerr said violence against women and girls is an issue that crosses all cultures, classes and religions. Absolutely. Violence against women and girls is fucking disgusting. It's despicable. Anybody who fucking does it is a dick, and they deserve just the very worst. These are gendered crimes that are overwhelmingly perpetrated by men and disproportionately experienced by women. Again, absolutely true. Biera's Place recognises that an effective sexual violence service must be independent, needs-led and provide responsive, women-centred services so that they are free from the pressure of current political agendas. We are committed to ensuring that our service is free, confidential and accessible to women survivors who may need it. Now, again, the important word here is women. Okay. Now everybody's saying that JK is anti-trans. Now I don't think the problem just lies with JK. A lot of women that are going to be using this service have been, they've suffered at the hands of men. Okay, and I can totally understand why they would be anti-men. I fucking get it. I'm a dude and I fucking get it. I'm totally on board with this. And what a lot of these women are saying is they don't want to be in the same place as somebody who they perceive to be a male. Okay? Now, a lot of trans people, don't look like the sex that they're trying to transition to. That's just the fucking fact. Not all dudes that want to become chicks look like chicks. And not a lot of chicks that want to look like dudes look like dudes. It's a fucking fact. And if these women don't want to be around people who they perceive to be men, then fucking hell, that is their right. Just because some fucking whiny libtard arsehole thinks that it's anti-trans, fuck those guys.
Suck jobs! Honor awarded with the suck job!
So here we go, we've got JK Rowling funds sex abuse crisis centre that excludes trans women. The author's crisis centre includes trans women as both employees and service users. Again, that's fucking up to JK. JK Rowling is being slammed for launching a crisis centre for survivors. Hang about, the only people that are slamming us are the fucking libtards. Everybody else is saying, well done, JK. JK's being slammed for launching a crisis centre for survivors of rape and sexual assault in Scotland that refuses service to trans women and excludes trans workers from the centre. Named Biera's Place after the Scottish goddess of winter, the centre sits in a former townhouse and calls itself Edinburgh's Women's Sexual Assault Support Centre. Why shouldn't it? It fucking is. Rowling was interviewed by anti-trans journalist Susan... she's probably not anti-trans.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
She probably just pro-women. About the opening of Biera's Place and its position in the landscape, centred by Rowling's anti-transgender rights views. Fuck off. Again, I'll say it. JK Rowling is not anti-trans, she's just pro-women. Biera's Place will not only not work with trans women who have survived rape and sexual assaults, but the group won't hire them either. Again, that's JK's right. Biera's Place is a women-only service. Section 212 of the Equality Act 2010 defines a woman as... fuck off. Many women subjected to men's violence feel safer and fare better in women-only spaces and wish to have support sessions with females only, and we exist to meet that need. We believe that women deserve to have certainty that in using our services they will not encounter anyone who is male. Argue the toss. Argue the toss. If you perceive somebody to be male, then they're male to you. There's nothing you can do about that. They're the ones that have been beaten, fucking sexually abused, raped. If they want to talk to somebody who they perceive as a woman, then that is up to them. The transphobic response continued. Where appropriate, we will refer men or individuals identified as trans women to other appropriate services in the area, of which there are several, and there are. The group doesn't mention how it will screen trans women from its services or even its hiring process. I'm sure the group has eyes. It's crucial that the life-saving support offered by rape crisis centres is available to trans and non-binary people. Rape Crisis Scotland told the outlet, all rape crisis services in Scotland offer support to trans women and have done so for 15 years. There has not been a single incident of anyone abusing this. Right, so there's a load of rape crisis centres in Scotland that offer support to trans women and, you know, nobody's been abusing it. So what's the fucking issue if JK doesn't want to have trans people in her fucking thing? There is no issue. It's her fucking rape crisis centre. She can do what she wants. I honestly, this is people just being fucking outraged for, you know, the purpose of being outraged. This is exactly what is wrong with the world. This is exactly what is wrong with this country. And these people are why everything is fucked. I'm Sleepy P. This is the Sleepy Shell Core. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that nonsense. And new video coming very soon. Stay with me. See you soon, guys. Take it easy.